In the NHL, there are certain expectations with being the first overall pick. Eventually, you'll lead your team in scoring, and you may also even become captain, but hopefully one day you will lead your team to the Stanley Cup. These expectations lead to pressure, and while every first overall pick deals with some degree of the same pressures, how they handle it will either make or break their entire career. Right now, the Connor Bedard hype train is at an all-time high. You got hockey accounts comparing all aspects of his game to the top players in the world before he's even played a single game in the NHL. The pressure on this 18-year-old kid is absolutely enormous. When you think about it, Bedard is arguably the most hyped prospect of all time. Being a generational talent in a market like Chicago, with the current age of social media, there are more eyes on him than when McDavid, Crosby, and Gretzky came into the league. But the one thing that has made all those players the stars that they are is their ability to deal with the enormous amounts of pressure. Some fans think that the biggest challenge for Bedard will be his size or some physical aspects of the game. And while that may be an adjustment, make no mistake, his biggest challenge will be how he deals with the pressure of being the number one pick. Over the years, we've seen some first overall picks come into the league and fall flat on their face. All first overall picks have the raw tools to dominate, but not all of them have the mentality. A prime example of this is the first overall pick in the 1993 draft in Alexander Dag. Notorious for being a first overall bust, Dag actually gave great insight to this article in The Athletic, describing what the pressure is like being the first overall pick. Dag said, quote, that it's very mentally tough to deal with because you're used to winning pretty much all the time and you're always on the winning teams, and with that kind of talent, you can carry your team. But one guy carrying an NHL team, that's very tough. It takes a lot of guys to succeed in the NHL. Some players can take the pressure and other players can't. But if you zoom out and evaluate Bedard's mentality, there's really no reason to think that he can't handle the pressure. At every big moment in his career up until this point, he's lived up to the hype. Take the World Juniors, with the entire hockey world watching. This didn't faze Bedard one bit, as he captured a gold medal, became tournament MVP, and had multiple clutch performances. Even when you listen to him speak about his game, his humility allows him to temper expectations and remain disciplined. He's reiterated throughout the past couple of weeks that he's focused on making the team come October. And as silly as that sounds for a generational superstar, that type of humility is an indication that he has the maturity to not let the pressure let him get carried away. Bedard's talked about how this gradual exposure ever since the age of 11 and 12 has helped him acclimate to the pressure. But the real test will come throughout the ups and downs of the year on the brightest stage of hockey. Every single goal he scores will make highlight reels this year, and every single mistake he makes will also be scrutinized. How he reacts to these emotional swings will determine his success early in his career. This is where the Chicago Blackhawks have done a fantastic job. By bringing in vet players like Taylor Hall, Corey Perry, and Nick Foligno, they can help Bedard navigate through these swings and alleviate some of that pressure. Even if Bedard has a bad rookie year, it's crucial to have teammates and an organization to remind him that he's still only 18 years old. A lot of people are quick to make assumptions about a player if they don't live up to their hype in their rookie season, but every single player's development is completely different. Bedard's career trajectory may look drastically different than his comparisons of Crosby and McDavid, but the key for him will be remaining confident in his process when he encounters the lows of being an NHL rookie. The truth is, whether or not Bedard will be as good as Crosby or McDavid remains to be seen. His first year could be a disaster, or it could be something we've never witnessed before. But one thing's for certain, how he handles the pressure of being the next face of NHL hockey will be his biggest challenge yet, and will ultimately make or break his NHL career. So what do you think about the hype surrounding Connor Bedard? Is he being overhyped? Do you think he can handle the pressure? Let me know in the comments down below. Personally, I think the hype is deserved, but it's so easy for fans to forget that this is still just an 18-year-old kid going up against the best NHL players in the world. It comes with the territory when you're the next face of the NHL, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how he handles all this pressure. Anyways, drop your thoughts, and before we end the video, I want to thank our sponsor, Hockey Training. If you're a hockey player who wants to improve your game, the Hockey Training app and YouTube channel is the best place to be. Armed with drills inspired by some of the greatest NHL players in the world, it is the #1 spot to take your game to the next level, both on and off the ice. If you're interested, I'll leave the links in the bio down below. And if you want to see more NHL breakdowns just like this, click on any of the links right here.